Hey y'all, it's Perkyy, and in today's video we have another reaction to how wicked it was a weekend. These music artists, rappers, singers are. We got another video that's exposing the music industry, so I gotta let that be known. A little compilation I put together, so again, it's just proof and confirmation on top of proof and confirmation. At this point, I would wish somebody could sit here and try to debate with me how this is not real and this is not true, and that this is just reaching when really it's preaching. But you know, that's another story for another day. Anywho, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video.
Isaiah 14 and 12, when it's describing Lucifer, it's who is now Satan, says something very important. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?" So it's saying right here that he has the ability to weaken the nations. How does he weaken the nations? When he is summoned, when...
I just want y'all to hear what he's saying, but really understand what this video is about. Music artists perform rituals over their music for influence over you. Just remember, that's what this is about.
Rituals are performed. He comes in, he rules through people.
Yes, he
and
does.
They weaken nations. And musical artists perform rituals all the time. Understand, they perform rituals with their music. They go in the studio. When they're in the studio, depending on the kind of music they're making, they either have some kind of substance in there, they're smoking it, drinking it, whatever.
Always.
Or they have orgies in there, or they have witches and warlocks that come in there. But they're performing rituals so that their songs can get traction, their songs can blow up, they can sell a bunch of copies or whatever.
This is what I don't understand. If you gotta do all that, you're not a great artist. I said what I said. If you have to do all that, you're not a great artist. If you need a substance to write out some lyrics, you're not a good artist. If all you talk about is substances, women, actually you pronounce, you don't say women, you say the other words, and sexual acts to perform on them. And this, I'm gonna flip it too, because I was just talking about the men. I'm gonna flip it on the women too. We're gonna go, let's flip that right now. If women, if you talk about substances, stuff that you would do to a man, all this stuff, and money, cars, clothes, men and women, you're not an artist. You're not a good artist either. Because if that's all you can talk about, it shows me where your treasure is stored at. And that's not a good place to be storing your treasure.
And they can have major influence. The real influence comes when the music is mastered. It's mastered in these mastering houses where they have the pentagrams on the ground in there and all of that. They light the black candles and they, send out spirits with music. And people say, well, why are they doing all this with music? Well, understand, this was Satan's power in heaven. This is what he used. This is the most influential thing in our realm. Music is. So you can put a message in music, hide it in music. That message can get into a person unknowingly. It can go into the mind of a man and disturb his conscience without his consent. Music can do that. And so this is why it's so important for them to put their influence in these songs and tracks and different things that are released. And people are so enamored with musical artists that they don't even realize the power of their ritualistic performances. So people love them so much, they just pay money to go to their concert, especially Christians going to Beyonce and all of that. And they don't really understand what Beyonce is doing. But Beyonce has done this for years. She went from being the innocent young girl to now just basically being as lewd and foul as she wants to be. She's done it for years.
Ain't nobody coming up. Like, just hold on. I think I went too far. Hold on.
Christians going to Beyonce and all of that, and they don't really understand what Beyonce is doing. But Beyonce has done this for years. She went from being
look, she ain't new to this. She true to this.
The innocent
look how she started off
to now just basically.
There is no way impossible. Who thinks of, for my album I want to be on a horse? Who thinks of a horse that's glowing like that? Like, I'm trying to tell you, these people was tapping into who thinks of stuff like this? And why a horse? What does that signify for you, Beyonce? Because I know what it potentially means, but what does this do for you by you being on a horse? Because you tapped into something, you know what you're doing, and the people that's working with you know what you're doing too, but it's fine. People still gonna find some, never mind.
Being as lewd and foul as she wants to be. She's done it for years. And I don't know if you remember, but she ushered in the Yoruba goddess spirit when she was pregnant, when she did the ritual as Oshan. So she performed as Oshan,
I did not know that.
A Yoruba goddess. And it's the goddess, that dominates men. It's the goddess of sexuality and perversion. This particular goddess, she ushered Oshan in. And because people weren't aware of it, her and Rihanna now they've subtly changed the desire of young women from being ladies into being full-blown promiscuous divas with no regard for modesty or chastity. Nobody wants modesty or nobody wants to be chaste anymore. Now these women want to be promiscuous, control men with their sexuality, flaunt it, all of that. They have raised up
I just got my answer. I had said in a video, what happened to, like, when did the switcheroo happen? This is what I said. I said, we used to be so covered up to the point where a man would have to work to see our shoulders. A man would have to work to, like, see our arms. These women, as you can see how they're dressing, I mean, all they're covering is literally this part of the body. Basically and it's barely covered up. Like, when I tell you, if they was to do a little, you know what I'm saying? Like, move real fast, what's being covered may not move with it, so you may be able to see something. I just got my answer is what I'm trying to say. I know this dude because this dude made, I don't mean to call him a dude, but he's a pastor, and he had made multiple series about how demonic the music industry is. And long story short, what I'm trying to say is that he just gave me my answer. I was trying to figure out, when did the switch happen? It happened when these artists came in. Because the thing is, because they have so much influence, that's why some of these artists are called influencers. They influenced everyone that listens to their music. And because they're hearing this, they're seeing this, they think that this is right and that they should be and look like this. So I said all that to say that I got my answer. The music industry is what basically got women to go from as modest as possible as they could. I mean, talking about head wraps and all, to we gonna show it all out there for free. Got it.
Nation full of young women that feel empowered by their sexuality and promiscuity. And now they're applauded for it. They're rewarded for it. That's why the internet is full of it. Instagram, all of this is just full of women showing themselves and using their bodies to seduce.
You look as an object now.
And views and different things. All of this came because of these rituals, the specific one of Beyonce and the Oshan ritual. And then don't forget the young men that are influenced by the hip-hop culture. I've been teaching it for years. They're influenced to be thugs, pimps, slangers, and bangers. Now they alter their appearance. Young men don't look like men anymore. They look like little animals now. They alter their appearance to be dreadful, effeminate, and grimy. That's the look now, and they have no regard now for what is appropriate. Attracted to me,
by the way.
And this all came through music. I've been warning people for years. For 30 years, I've been telling you that this music was going to have an effect on our young people and a generation of people. And now we're seeing...
He's been saying this.
This is what they worship, these Satanists. Baphomet. If you notice, he's androgynous. It's a male-female mixture. Also making these signs. You see the signs he's making using this sign because 11 is the devil's number. Because 11 is one beside one. In their numerology, they use 11 a lot. And they like multiples of 11.
I know numerology is dangerous.
66.
I don't even tap into it.
In their magic, they know the secrets of numbers. This is real stuff, people. I'm not making this up. This is real stuff. You can see Madonna imitating here Baphomet because she's one of them, and she's a numerologist. She is a numerologist. She practices numerology. Lady Gaga's got tens of millions of followers.
Is that eye cover?
Has plenty of followers on Twitter. He wrote a satanic Bible, and he explained that symbol that they're all doing, that symbol, he said, was a curse symbol of devils. That's the way they put curses on people.
Wow.
And you've got people at rock concerts, they're all doing it, thinking it's cool. Marilyn Manson was a follower of Anton LaVey.
Nope.
Tens of thousands of people go to his rock concerts. He has them openly denounce God. Openly. He says, I want you all to reject God tonight. And they all do it.
I feel like I learned so much watching these videos. You can never not know too much information when it comes to certain things. And I feel like this music industry, I will always learn something new about it. How can you sit here and still listen to the music that's being pushed out knowing this information? I personally just can't do it. So shockingly, what woke me up was a TikTok video. So that's why I don't ever discredit TikTok. Oh, TikTok woke me up to stop listening to music. It was Yahuwah. If we look at it this way, it really was Yahuwah. But it took for a TikTok video to pop up on my feed randomly that told me to stop listening to music. Basically, how are you gonna be this follower, this daughter of Yahuwah the Most High, and you listening to stuff that has nothing to do with glorifying and honoring the Most High? That was when I knew. I said, yep, you got me. I felt convicted and I stopped listening to it. And again, I'm saying this because I had a strong, it's low-key was an addiction to music. I love me some music, but hearing this stuff, it's like, how can you sit here and still listen to these artists, this music, when the stuff like this is happening? But and I'm gonna have the people say what they say in the comment section. It is what it is. It's all open. So y'all feel free to comment or not. I don't know. I may turn the comments off. I don't know. But I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Please go ahead and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you want to see next in the comment section down below. All my social media is in the description. It's also right here as well, just in case you missed it. On the road to 700,000 people. Shout out to each and every single one of you guys. I really do love and appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Infinite honors to my Lord Yahuwah, my Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach, for blessing me with everything as a whole. At the end of the day, I'm just a vessel that they're working in and through, so I gotta give credit and honor where it's due. But y'all know me. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see y'all in the next one.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul.